Welcome to Double Up Trivia for August 2nd, 2020. While this video just contains the questions and answers, the live event, which streams Sundays at 7 p.m. Pacific at twitch.tv/yearofglad, features live scoring and competition among teams. Rounds 1 and 2 each have 8 questions. During the actual event, teams will complete answer sheets and submit them at the end of each round. The value of each question is determined once all answers are submitted and is based on the difficulty, as determined by the number of correct answers for each question. Also, teams get to double the value of one question per round. For the video replay, I'll read the question and then pause for a few seconds. If you want more time to think about the question and answer, simply pause the video playback. Each question will be followed by its answers. In the live event, teams would see all 8 questions and submit their answers before seeing any of the actual answers. Round 1, question 1. What retired MLB pitcher is now an avid photographer and uses a dead bird as the logo of his photography website? And the answer is Randy Johnson, who threw a fastball that struck and killed a dove in a spring training game in 2001. Round 1, question number 2. The artist who painted this image changed his last name from Clark to what new last name? A reference to his home state. And the answer is Indiana. The painting is by Robert Indiana. Round 1, question number 3. What actor, author, singer, and songwriter directed the 3rd and 4th installments in a franchise that now has 13 total films and also directed 1987's 3 Men and a Baby? And the answer is Leonard Nimoy, who directed Star Trek 3 and Star Trek 4, which was the most financially successful of the original films. Round 1, question number 4. Statutes designed to keep criminals from profiting from publicity, typically by selling their stories, are often referred to by what nickname of a serial killer? And, the answer is Son of Sam. David Berkowitz received intense media coverage after his arrest, and the New York State Legislature preemptively passed legislation to prohibit him from profiting from his story. Round 1, question number 5. What company with a logo that features a stylized boomerang had some of its products banned by FINA, including the Laser Racer, a product made of elastine nylon and polyurethane? And that company is Speedo. The Laser Racer swimsuit has been shown to significantly improve performance, resulting in its ban from international competition by FINA, the Federación Internacional de Natación. Round 1, question number 6. The foundation, named after what person, is headquartered at Taliesin West, his winter home and school, which is named after his summer home, located in Spring Green, Wisconsin? That person is Frank Lloyd Wright. Round 1, question number 7. The titular character of what daily comic strip has a name that means to set out on an adventure? That comic strip is Sally Forth. Comic strip's creator, Greg Howard, quit drawing the strip in 1991 and quit writing it in 1999. The last question for round 1 this week. What word used to describe a red light district originated with New York City police officer Clubber Williams, who claimed he could afford better food thanks to bribes received from businesses on his beat? That word is tenderloin. Williams is quoted as saying, "I've been having chuck steak ever since I've been on the force, and now I'm going to have a bit of tenderloin." That brings us to the order up round. In the order up round, teams are given 6 items that they have to put in order, and they are scored. Each list is scored based on how close it is to the actual list by looking at each pair of items in the list and seeing if they are in the correct order relative to one another. Teams have 3 minutes to complete this round in the actual trivia event. This week's Order Up round. Put the former British colonies in order based on when they gained their independence, from earliest to most recent. And the 6 former British colonies are Australia, the Bahamas, Brunei, Canada, India, and Nigeria. In the correct order from earliest to most recent is Australia 1901, Canada 1931, India 1947, Nigeria 1960, the Bahamas 1973, and finally Brunei achieved its independence in 1984. That brings us to round 2, which works exactly like round 1, with scoring based on the question's actual difficulty, and with each team having the ability to double the value of one question. Here's this week's round 2, question number 1. What country, home to over 2/3 of the world's chameleon species, has the distinction that 90% of its wildlife is not native to any other country? That country is Madagascar. More than 80% of Madagascar's plant species are endemic to the island country, as are all species of lemur. Round 2, question number 2. In addition to writing a biography of Marilyn Monroe that claims she was murdered by rogue FBI and CIA agents, what American novelist headbutted Gore Vidal at a taping of The Dick Cavett Show and stabbed his second wife in the chest? And the answer is Norman Mailer, who won a Pulitzer Prize for nonfiction in 1968 and a Pulitzer Prize for fiction in 1979. Round 2, question number 3. In 2015, what comedian and game show host incorrectly announced the winner of the Miss Universe pageant as being from Colombia when the actual winner was from the Philippines, an error he had to return to the stage to correct? That comedian is Steve Harvey. In 2019, he also announced the wrong name as the winner of the national costume category of the Miss Universe pageant. Round 2, question number 4. The name of what large bird is also the first name of an actress who received 10 Outstanding Supporting Actress Emmy nominations, all for the same role? That bird is the rhea. A rhea is a flightless bird native to South America. Rhea Perlman is a short woman native to Coney Island, Brooklyn. Round 2, question number 5. In the equation P equals mv, the mass of an object is represented by m, and the velocity of that object is represented by v. What property of the object is represented by P? In that equation, P represents the object's momentum, which is directly proportional to both its mass and its velocity. Round 2, question number 6. Inserting a letter in the middle of a word which means to restrain creates what 7-letter word, which describes a subtle tiger-striped pattern in animals, particularly dogs and cattle? The word which means to restrain is bridle, and inserting the letter N gives brindle. Brindle coloring, which is rare in horses, is the result of a horse having developed from more than one zygote, thus having multiple sets of DNA. Round 2, question number 7. What French statesman gave a 1792 speech suggesting that King Louis XVI not receive a trial and instead be executed? And that French statesman was Maximilien de Robespierre. In his speech, he said, "With regret, I pronounce this fatal truth. Louis must die so that the nation may live." The last question for round 2 this week. Upon its conversion to a presidential retreat by Franklin Delano Roosevelt, the retreat, now known as Camp David, was given what name, taken from a 1933 novel partially set in a fictional valley in the Kunlun Mountains? And the original name for Camp David upon its conversion to a presidential retreat was Shangri-La, which is a mystical valley described in James Hilton's 1933 novel Lost Horizon. And that brings us to round 3. For round 3, the teams are given a category with approximately 10 answers. Each team submits exactly 5 answers. Their answers are scored based on how common or rare they are. The rarer the answer, based on the actual responses from all the teams, the more points. This week's round 3 final question: 10 songs and the years in which they were recorded are listed below. Who are 5 of the 10 artists who recorded the songs in the given year? And the songs are Bad Bad Leroy Brown, Black Betty, Bodak Yellow, Gold Digger, Pink Moon, The Purple People Eater, Red-Headed Stranger, She's a Rainbow, True Colors, and White Iverson. And the 10 artists who recorded those songs are Jim Croce, Ram Jam, Cardi B with Bodak Yellow, Kanye West, Nick Drake, Pink Moon, Sheb Wooley recorded The Purple People Eater, Willie Nelson, Red-Headed Stranger, The Rolling Stones, Cyndi Lauper, and finally Post Malone with White Iverson. Thanks for watching this replay of Double Up Trivia. Future replays will be posted on this channel, but please come join the actual live event, streaming every Sunday at 7 p.m. Pacific at twitch.tv/yearofglad. There's no cost to play, no prizes. Just show up, see what you know, and learn something new. Thanks for watching.